Good evening, welcome. We are doing a Caught in the Wild, sort of a new collection, not black metal, proto black metal, I guess, here and there, but mostly random records I found in record shops or, you know the drill. These are usually not viewed a lot because it's not black metal, and this channel is mostly known for the raw side of black metal. That will come later this week. We'll have a nice little update. But now we're going to do some softer material. Although we're listening to Oak, recently rediscovered or discovered. This is a record on A389. These guys are from Baltimore, and A389 is a Baltimore record label run by Dom that was recently resurrected, I should say. More on that later. But this is a Baltimore band that holds people like Aaron Kirkpatrick, that is known for playing in Integrity or has links to Integrity, Big Destroyer. Who also did the Hate Waves photography cover, which is, aces in my book. Well, who is also in here or closely connected as far as I can see is Tim Mellon, who plays in Ostrogoth, Pissgrave, stuff like that. So yeah, I always ignored it based on the cover basically, but it is self-titled Oak from 2009. Yeah, they started in 05. Crushing Doom from Baltimore, MD. This is the 180 gram for fans of Burning Witch and Disembowelment. There's the hype sticker. So yeah, this was in the basement all along and I never kind of heard it. I still have copies if you're looking for it. They are dirt cheap and they're actually good. If you're into, let's say, spectral voice, this might be up your alley. Like I said, Mr. Mellon is in here, I think, I'm not sure. Is there a breakdown? I don't want to make this an hour video, but yeah. Nick Mullen gets stained. I don't think that's Nick Mullen. No, there is no personnel breakdown, so you just have to take my word for it. Very ritualistic, filthy Death Doom. Yeah, that's the first one. A389 record label we did some trades with in the, I don't know when, mid-aughts, I think that's how you call it. But yeah, it'll break in a minute, I guess. Why we are there from Baltimore to Detroit, Michigan, and this is Cold as Life. These are demo materials or the older work in memory of Rodney A. Barger. He was born in 70 and died in 93 due to life, I guess. If you hear the Jeff Gunnell's podcast, where he talks about the early days of Cold as Life and the how he became the singer. It's insane. First time on vinyl, Cold as Life, legendary 88 to 93 recordings, remastered with an unreleased bonus track housed in gatefold, rare photos, lyrics, huge poster. This is Detroit hardcore. So yeah, recently resurrected. The sticker's nuts from this records. Recently resurrected. They played a show, I think that already happened in Detroit with Madball and stuff like that. So yeah, a Detroit, New York affair. But they had some demos. The demo was called Breaking the Law and was from 89. And they had demo 92, 96, so there were a few. The record that put them on my map was not this one, but was Born to Land Hard from 99, and then Declaration of Independence, which is, I don't know which is my favorite, but I got to know them by Born to Land Hard, so that Declaration is 2000s. They have been re-released. The first press of Born to Land Hard is already sold out, or was sold out, and is now repressed, so if you're into the Detroit, colder than your crew guys, get on it. But yeah, there you go. Gatefold, like they said, with some photos. There's a mini documentary on YouTube too. I'll link it if I think it about it, which depicts the band. It is insane. Anything more? No. It is. Yeah, it's Detroit hardcore. It's rough. It's foul. It's not really beatdown, but I guess it is. Yeah, it's just good material. This is the huge poster they talked about. I think this was also on the demo, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Breaking the Law. So yeah, this is the demo. Holloway from 91. There are sleeves with some collage. There you go, Colder Than You crew. And it's finally great to finally have some of this material on wax, because Borderlands Hearts and Declination never made it to vinyl. They were CDs only, and I bought that CD, and we get local indies videos. I bought that CD at a local hip-hop skate shop, Skills they used to be called, and also where the the local hardcore scene came together. Yeah, I was very young. They were older people, so they recommended me that CD. I think Hunter sold me that one, and then New Jersey Bloodline I bought there. So yeah, cool to have these. The other ones are coming in, but are not here yet. Like I said, I'll link the podcast. I'll link the the other material. I got this from Jens when I was there Wednesday. I think this is the sticker for Grinning Dead's Head, one of the pre-ordered records. I'm not sure. Yeah, that is that. Anything more on them? No, Jeff Canals. Like I said, I'll try to link it. We stay in Michigan, Detroit for a while for a Negative Approach. One of the records I was dying to get a original one, the green one, but no, I was ordering the Coldest Live, and I thought, why not pick it up? Let's just go. So I opted for the pink one. Negative Approach is also from Michigan, like I said, Detroit, and they are the band centered around John Bannon. This is from Tie Down, is from '83, and it has that. It's not comparable to either what happened in New York or what it's Midwest hardcore basically. Best thing I can describe it, or if you take something like Ceremony, for example, their mid-period with Roner Park, it almost has the same breakdown, song-wise also. If you hear, for example, Evacuate, that is the slower track they have on that record too. So that's the one thing that it reminds me of. But yeah, classic records. Very hard band live to see, and very influential on a bunch of stuff coming. Very thickly pressed records. Here you go. It is, I don't know, it was something green. 180 gram touch and go. Record is made with 100% recyclable material. There you go. Yeah, touch and go. Comes with this lyric sheet with a live picture. This is the first effort they did. There was a The Exorcist 7-inch self-titled was from '82. So yeah, very early on. It's kind of weird to see in the middle of nowhere to see something like this pop up all of a sudden. They had a reunion, I think, not too long ago, but with Corona. I don't know, it could be 5 years ago that they played Antwerp. But yeah, that is all so long ago by now. '83. This is the period we are fishing is definitely '80s from now on. The Coldest Live was '90s, but we're definitely in the '80s for the rest of the video. Then, two that I couldn't wait for originals anymore are the GISM records. Detestation, the first one, and then Man, the second one. And Man stands for Military Affairs Neurotic. Let's do them in order. I had the Sonic Crime to Rapey, or Sonic Crime to Rapey, whatever you want to call it. That is from '98. This one is from '83 and came out on Dogma Records. Dogma? Yes, the other one was on Beast Arts. I held out for, because it's GISM, it's Japanese hardcore punk, so there's a lot of bootlegs going. The originals were unbuyable. I mean, the prices were incredible, but since the death of Mr. Sakevi Shigehisha Yokoyama, better known as Sakevi, since he died August 24 of this year, everything's skyrocketed. His book is now, it's all pretty unfindable. But these two are the re-releases done by Relapse Records, and Relapse, for some reason, I couldn't take anymore. For some reason, the scope went off Relapse a bit. I don't know why. They pressed just so much, and they keep repressing and stuff like that. So I didn't follow up, but when I saw they did the GISM records, not the GISM, I just decided to grab them once and for all, just to have them in the collection. Because like I said, prices keep going up. Even for these, I had to really look to get these records. But yeah, Beast Arts, like I said, Detestation from '83. Yes, very, very influential. One of the first Tokyo, Japan hardcore bands that takes influence or stands alongside something like Discharge from England. So they do the Japanese version of the D-beat punk hardcore. That is the beginning for this one. Endless Blockade of the Pussyfooter, one of the most songs, I guess. Vocalist Sakevi, like I said, Randy Ushida, Cloudy on bass, Mario on drum, and Executionary Show. I don't know what that is, but yeah, very nicely done by Relapse. The obi over the swastika, of course, to hide it all. Not that they are Nazis, they are very anti. But yeah, they couldn't risk it, I guess. What's on the hype sticker? The first ever fully authorized reissue of Gizm's masterpiece debut LP, Detestation, an absolute classic Japanese punk hardcore metal album. That's it. They were not just punk D-beats, but just like Discharge, they were there at the early crossover that did punk and hardcore, but that involved metal on their records too. And these are very nicely done by Relapse, I should say. It is not the gatefold version. I think the original had this poster as the center gatefold. There you go. Original lineup. They had women in the band from the start, or they look like women. No, I know. Cloudy is definitely a female. Fuck is woman money. Yeah, punk is hippies. Sakevi is also the responsible for the artwork, and it is very jumping to the eye or eye-catching, his artwork. The way he uses collage and layered texture, or at least art logo, which is his label for stuff like that, the artwork and the whatever. They started early on, I think 81, yes. They had also a bit of an industrial and an avant garde influence in their work, but it turned into, or it evolved into, more of a heavy metal sound, and that is on Man, the second one. Also, same story, there was an original, I think it's a purple pressing, or was that the first one? I'm not sure. But yeah, unfindable or very expensive. First ever official reissue of Gizm's legendary sophomore LP, remastered by Sakevi himself. There's nothing on pressing info or anything. This is kind of a weird one. They made it, or tried to make it, as close to the original as they could. But yeah, it has this. It is a screen printed. It's all very plasticky and ew, I'm not going to get it out, but as you can see, the white is printed on the sleeve, and then there's a plastic inner sleeve there. Good as it is, Frozen Dirt, Nations, Prosperity, Anatomy, Love, Violence, Gizm, Meaning Corrupted 1, Fatigue, Man, Military Affairs, Neurotic, Meaning Corrupted 2, Degeneration, and Corrupted 3, Destruction. Yeah, very cool looking. I haven't read everything in little font that's on there, but yeah. This is more of a, it allows more heavy metal influences in here, and that give them their own style. There's a vagina and a sack on either one. Condoms for safer sex is on this one. God in the Schizoid Mind. That is one of the abbreviations that GISM stands for. They have a million. I mean, you can, I was going to write them all down and list them because some of them are very funny. But yeah, you have Wikipedia too, so you can look it up there. Yeah, glad to finally own these. Glad that Relapse decided to reissue these. Very nice. Yeah, Sakevi, what can you say? The man passed away, unfortunately, I think later than a lot of people expected, because he was, on one side, very influential with GISM and the stuff he was doing, but on the other side, he was bit of a deranged person, I think, as well in his life as on stage. I mean, he took a flamethrower to a gig and blasted it into the audience. I saw them once. As far as I know, they played one set outside of Japan. And that was in 2016 on Roadburn. Now it was on the main stage, and I think a lot of people the expectations were enormous. They just played a straight set without fireworks or flamethrowers, but it was, it's one of the things I'm still glad to see. It was Lee Dorian's request that they played, which it was unbelievable. When that flyer came up, nobody believed it, but yeah, there it was. He had a connection to them. I think Lee Dorian went to Japan somewhere in the 80s, 90s, and then had some weird nights with them that cemented their, relationship. Let's see, do I need to say anything more? First performance was in 81 on the University of Tokyo. And then in February 2001, Randy, can't read the last name, but Randy, I think the bass player, I'm not sure, he died, and then they decided to break up. The only caveat, there's one gif of Stakevi. I could never place it, but he's kicking a Rastafarian in the ribs over and over and over again. That's from the movie, I've written it down, Robinson's Gardener from '87, and he is kicking a Rastafarian for teaching the children spirituality. So that's, I guess, all you need to know about Gizm and that band. Yeah, insanity reigns supreme there. 3 full lengths. There's some more material, but it's maybe too much. Then a band that I never thought I would have an album by, let alone more to come. But yeah, this is The Smiths with Meat is Murder. I got this at basically at Pukkelpop. We went to an after party. There were records all over the floor. I instructed the girl that was living there to please clean it up or let me do it. So I played records and then put some records back into sleeves, and when I left I said, does this really need to be here? And she said, no, please take it. So I took it. This is Meat is Murder. There's a self-titled. This is from, I'm not sure, 85 maybe a bit later. Yeah, winter 84, so maybe 85. Iconic sleeve, actually. I don't know too much about the Smiths. It's Morrissey, of course, on voice, Johnny Marr on guitar, Andy Rourke and Mike Joyce on the drums. English band from Manchester. I never really was into the Smiths, still not now, but the song How Soon Is Now from the Floodgates compilation really grabbed me for some reason, and sometimes something clicks. If it's 20 years later, if it's 30 years later, nobody cares, but yeah, maybe you have to be old enough or sour enough to get into the Smiths, but he has that whiny voice, but it's not everywhere, so I don't know. Maybe it's just listening. They have really good tracks like the Headmaster Spiritual on here, but they also have those English bouncy folky tracks, which I kind of hate, but I also hated folk and black metal, so you never know. Like I said, this is their second one from 85. It's on here, recorded in 84, I guess. Headmaster Spiritual, Rusholm Ruffians. I wanted the one that I can have. What She Said, which is a very good song. That Choke Isn't Funny Anymore. Nowhere Fast While I Wonder. Barbarism Begins at Home, that's true, and Meat is Murder. So yeah, polarizing figure, that Morrissey, I guess. But what's a polarizing figure on a black metal channel? So yeah. This was liberated. As you can see, it is scratchy, but it still plays very good. This is on Mega Disc for some reason. All songs written by Morrissey and Marr. But yeah, good to finally have something by the Smiths. And yeah, like I said, maybe it clicked. I know they're big songs, of course, like Hang the DJ and the ones they are playing on the radio, but yeah, I don't know, too much of the deep cuts, I guess. Came with the sleeve intact, or the inner sleeve. It has seam splits to death, but I kind of like it when I find one of these records in the wild. So yeah, there you go. The second one by the Smiths, Beat This Murder. Record was done, oak, so I've put on the Smiths. If you hate it, you will really hate the second part of this video, although we have some records in store for you. These all came from a buy I did at a guy's house. I went to a pretty normal house, but when I walked in, it was yeah, like a horror movie. There were Victorian dolls everywhere, from the floor to the ceiling, on the couch, behind the couch, in the kitchen, everywhere I could look. And I kind of had my fucking Morrissey. I kind of had my vision on 3 records he had in his collection. He was an older guy, I think 56. He was selling his old metal collection, I guess. And I asked for this, so I was alone in that room and I forgot to film because otherwise you would have got in here. But yeah, privacy-wise, I wouldn't throw him under the bus, but let's say it was scary and not what I expected when buying records. But yeah, he had this one, and this was the cheapo. I basically got it for free. I haggled him down. It's kind of bad, but you know, we're on a budget. We do what we have to do. I'm slowly collecting ZZ Top. I have Tres Hombres. I have a few others that I've shown. This is El Loco, I think their 5th record, I'm not sure. Almost bought the Live too, but this will do for now. Got it through my godfather. He is a huge ZZ Top fan, but he lost all his records, I guess. So yeah. Tube Snake Boogie, I Want to Drive You Home, 10-Foot Pole, Layla, Don't Tease Me, It's So Hard, Pearl Necklace, Groovy Little Hippie Dad, Heaven, Hell, or Houston, and Party on the Patio. Billy Gibbons, Dusty Hill, and Frank Beard. Someone has the name Beard, I guess. A Lone Wolf production. This is on Warner Bros. I think this is a German, yes, Aluminium. So nothing too special, but I like how this looks like the Motorhead cover. I always, you know, the Ace of Spades cover. It comes with the original inner sleeve, so he took good care of his records. There you go, nice guitar, and then the track listing, all in very good condition. Like I said, this is a Warner Brothers or Warner Bros. Records. Glad to own. These are records you can throw on. Whoever is here, they have this dirty, nasty blues rock vibe that yeah, it's uncomparable to something else. It's not their best records, but it's definitely not their worst records. Yeah. And if you get it for free, who might say no? ZZ Top, that's one. Then the 3, I kind of contemplated the order, but let's do this one first. This is Bulldozer with Day of Wrath. This is the European pressing on Roadrunner. They found it in 1980 by Dario Carria on bass and Andy Panigada on guitar, Erminio Galli on drum, so a trio. But they all had to go into the army, I guess, or that's what I could make of it. And then they reunited a bit later, but then with Mr. A.C. Wild, aka Alberto Contini, on bass and vocals. And then they recorded the Fallen Angel demo that came out as a 7-inch. I don't know if there's a tape that was from, I don't know, 83, I guess. This is from 85, and then Final Separation, as the second one, is from 86, but this, The Day of Wrath, is from 85. Basically, Italy's answer to Venom, Welcome to Hell, but this is incredible. If you make this kind of satanic proto-black metal in Italy at that time, knowing they are so, you know, with Catholicism and with the Vatican and whatever, and then to have this kind of face on the back cover of the record. The fact that they don't hide it. I mean, there's a priest exorcising our man, and then with that bubblegum logo on it, it's, you know, it's in plain sight. But yeah, all songs by Contini and Panigada. The Exorcism, Cutthroat, Insurrection of the Living Damned, Fallen Angel, Great Deceiver, Madman, Whiskey Time, Welcome Death, and Endless Funeral. So yeah, it breeds basically first wave. Yeah. Let's see, what did I write down? Yes, they have this really good production actually, because the guy who did it, I haven't written it down, but he is also the producer for the Tank, that band, those records, the big, big booming sounds. So it's actually very, very well recorded. I keep flipping this record, but I love that image. One of my favorite band photos of all time. Of course, he's looking at a nudie magazine in a priest robe. Yeah. Really nice the way it looks. He just bought it himself in '85, I guess. There you go. The Roadrunner. This started their campaign with Roadrunner for 2 albums. They had a dispute with the label around '86 when the final separation, the record or the name says it all. I think the label used a different cover artwork for that one. It's basically the singer once again in a throne holding a skull, but they found it too comical. I don't know what the original was. I looked on Discogs for CDs that maybe had the original, but couldn't find it. But it's weird that that is the reason that they split up. When you see the album after that, Nevrodelia, no, Nevrodelihi, I guess. That's basically a comic cover. So in 2009, they came together for Unexpected Fate. They did a new LP. That's the last thing they do, and they are on tour now because they played the States, I think, last month. So hope to catch them one of these times. I'm still looking for the second one, and maybe the 7-inch is actually affordable. The other one, I don't know. But yeah, good to finally have some Bulldozer. Then we end up, chauvinistic as we are, in Belgium with these two. These are the prize beasts. Should not give away the second one, but these are the prize beasts in that man's collection that I thought were worth picking up. This is Ecstasy and Danger by Ostrogoth. Ostrogoth kind of started in '76 with, you have to see, Mario Pauwels on drum and Marnix Nitkouter, I think, on bass. A duo that had bands before Ostrogoth. That one band was called Trash, and the other one that's more linked to Ostrogoth is called Stonehenge. They were formed in Ghent around that same time. The Full Moon's Ice EP is from '83, and then this one, Ecstasy and Danger, their first full length, is from '84. I once had it in my hands at one of the first record fairs I went to, but the price they were asking for then was my entire budget for that fair, so I passed on it. But yeah, Grave Pact, he keeps popping up in these videos. A guy on Instagram kind of put it back into my head because he showed the EP, not this one, but the EP. But yeah, I always loved this cover. It's unmistakably Belgian. I don't know why, but I always saw it on record fairs, or it was even at the Zappa exhibition that had in Musicodrome maybe 20 years ago by now, that I went to with my dad. They had a small side exhibition of Belgian bands, and Acid was in there, and Ostrogoth was also very central, so it always stuck in my mind. Let's see, Queen of Desire, Ecstasy and Danger, Bitch Again, Stormbringer, Scream Out, Lords of Thunder, The New Generation, Do It Right. I love the track, the title track, Ecstasy and Danger, one of my favorite tracks. Stormbringer is also very good, but it is not as good as the tracks on Full Moon's Eyes. They are just, that's, in my opinion, that's the pinnacle. This came out on Mausoleum Records, a division of Eldorado Entertainment in Antwerp. But yeah, a label that to this day still is running, run by Alfie Falkenbach. There you go. He did these records, and they even have, I don't know if that will show up. They even have there you go, the Sabam stickers on there, so it's really a Belgian release if that's on there. They have a fan club, of course, from Belgium. They have a fan club in in France, and they have a USA fan club even. They are really global. They are basically Belgium's answer to the entire New Wobbin phase or movement in Britain. They play a sort of style that is very close to New Wobbin. There you go, Mausoleum Records, center labels. Often compared to Accept, Scorpions, Judas Priest, of course, because those were the beasts of that scene. But I think Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, the first records also are a very big influence on them. Iron Maiden, for example, was already on Peace of Mind at the time in 84, 83, around that period. And then to round it off is the Full Moon's Eyes, the EP by Ostrogoth. This is from 83. I was 1. I thought it came with the original sleeve, but more on that later, or I'll show it now. It fits so beautiful, you know. I thought, wow, original inner sleeve. I couldn't find any picture anywhere, and then I started reading the liner notes, and it's basically a sleeve for a Queen record. I don't even know which one. So it's never had a inner sleeve. There you go. Anything else on here? No. They had a few lineup changes over the years, of course. The lineup for this is Red Star on vocals, Sphinx on lead and rhythm guitar, White Shark lead and rhythm guitar, Bronco on bass guitar and background vocals, and drums is Grizzly. But yeah, unbelievably good EP. Beware of the full moon, it says here. Warning, Ostrogoth is not responsible for any ear damage. It only has 4 tracks on here. One, I think Rock Fever is a reworked track from Stonehenge that they just re-recorded, and I think maybe it's a different title. I'm not sure what the original title on Stonehenge was, but Full Moon's Eyes, Heroes Museum, Paris by Night, and Rock Fever are top to bottom incredible EP. Paris by Night even has this kind of satanic influence going through it. The sentence where they talk about Paris kind of drags me out, but it is an incredible record. From the cover, you know, there you go. I was going to say it shows up orange, but it recolors into the fiery red that is in the center of the lightning bolt logo. Once again on Mausoleum. There you go, lightning. Nice. So yeah, finally glad to have these in the collection, to save them out of that house. I'll put the sleeve back in. It's just, you know, one of those things. There you go. Morrissey and more still kicking in the background. It is Sunday night. I'm going to close up shop for now and start prepping on the other 2. I know I promised Abigor, whatever. It's coming up. I'm still waiting on 2 more, although I think someone ripped me off on Discogs. But the thing that will be up next, I think next Friday, is something to do with Medieval Prophecy Records. So that is coming. It needs some work and it needs some thinking, but we'll manage. That's it. Caught in the Wild. Jens, thank you for this. I'll put it in with the records. Caught in the Wild. Yeah, I think 10 new records. Check it out. There's something in there for everybody, from Japan to Belgium to Baltimore to Detroit. We went all over the place again. So yeah. That's it. Have a great night, and I'll see you ASAP. If you have questions, shoot. If you want to support, the link is down below. You can buy records. They will go all in one fell swoop. So if you want something, do it now. To the people who have done, thank you very, very much. It means a lot. It means I can get my hands on those Hospital Productions records. They had a drop that was incredible. That's it for now. Listen to Old Tower, the new one. Listen to some music. But that's my tip for the week. The new Old Tower. I even forgot. It's something with a dragon. I don't know. That's it. I'll see you later this week. Bye.